There's actually something beautiful about getting older. You've lived, you've experienced things, you've been a part of history. On September 25th, I'll turn 50 years old. Seems like a long time to me. But it also made me realize I've gotten to experience firsthand 5 decades of music. I was born in 1971 to parents that have always loved music. They were and always will be huge Motown fans. But in the 70s, funk and disco became the records I'd hear every time I walked in the house. When Saturday Night Fever, the movie and soundtrack, dropped in 1977, they wore that record out. The 80s were so wild. You had the birth of MTV, which spawned thousands of careers. That era was such an eclectic mix of music. Pop, dance, and new wave. But when Run DMC were convinced to do a song with rock legends Aerosmith, the game changed and rap started its climb. I couldn't do just one scene for the 90s. This is probably my favorite decade of music. Not only did you have the rise of alternative and grunge with bands like Nirvana that knocked the 80s bands off their pedestals, you had the polar opposite with the boy bands like NSYNC and Backstreet. And then Puff Daddy comes along with the Bad Boy family. When he brought his sample-heavy hip-hop to the world with Mace and Biggie, I was hooked. The 2000s saw the end of the boy bands, but my boy Justin Timberlake broke out solo in a major way. It was also the rise of some of the biggest hip-hop stars, 50 Cent, Eminem, and Kanye West, to name a few. When I was a DJ, I'd play all of those. But when I was in my car, I was cranking pop-punk bands at volume 1000. Fall Out Boy, New Found Glory, Blink-182, Sum 41, and Good Charlotte were fueling my inner emo. By 2010, I feel like EDM, or at least the pop version of it, finally started getting its due. The DJs/producers became godlike. Calvin Harris, Marshmello, the Chainsmokers, and David Guetta were all over the radio, rocking festivals and signing massive multi-million-dollar contracts to headline the Vegas hotels. The DJ had finally become the new rock star. So here we are, 2021, my 50th year. I don't know what's to come musically or personally, really, and maybe that's the magic of life. We will wait and see. I just hope I make it to 100 so we can make another one of these. Thanks for watching. I love you guys.